If you've been going crazy trying to figure out Wildland Firefighter Pay before the 2026 fire season arrives, you're not crazy. It's confusing. And I'm here to break it down for you in this YouTube video. And we're going to break down all of it and what it means from the Forest Service side to the CalFire side. Now, I can't pick both. I can't do every single state. So I'm just going to do the U.S. Forest Service against CalFire. And that's going to give you kind of a clue. You'll hear the one guy say, I made $15 an hour. And you'll hear other guys say, I made $40 an hour. And you're trying to figure out who and how much are you actually going to make? Listen, I'm just simplifying this. I'm not covering every state like I said. So I'm going to make this super simple. And then if you want your state, leave it in the comments. I'll try to look it up. And in the comments, I'll try to give you a rundown of what your state is. And let's be honest, one of the biggest things I'm going to break down for you is in my firefighter rookie guide, because most people go into their first season blind, not knowing, but not understanding how the pay actually works. Wildland Firefighter Pay comes to three things: base pay, overtime pay, and hazard pay. I'll explain what hazard pay is in just a few minutes. If you don't understand these three, this is why you're confused. And it's going to be break it down. The U.S. Forest Service uses a GS scale. So the GS scale 3 is $15 to $17 an hour. That's probably going to be your entry-level firefighter. Your GS 4 is $16 to $19. That's probably your second and third year seasonals. And a GS 5, which is a little bit higher, you've been in a little bit longer, you might be an engine boss or an engineer. A GS 5 is $18 to $22 an hour. So at a first glance, it does look like it's not very much. It's true, it does. But it's not based on the hours. It's not based on the money. It's based on the hours. That's the difference. It's time and a half after 8 hours. Again, this is for the U.S. Forest Service. 16-hour days are common. So you're based on a 16-hour day, 8 hours a day. So anything after 8 hours is time and a half. In addition to that, 25% more under certain conditions is considered hazard pay. So if you're fighting live fire, or you're doing more dangerous stuff than just like at base camp getting set up, or contingency line, or mop up, you're going to get hazard pay when you're actively on the fire. So as an example, at a GS4, say you make $17 an hour. Your base is $136 a day. Your overtime is going to be $204 for a total of $340 a day. So that's not too bad. Multiply that across the fire assignment, you can make a couple $1,000s in a couple of weeks. So it's pretty good. Listen, I created these Wildland Survival Fundamentals guide for you. The link is down below. Click on that. And if you're stuck on the 10s, 18s, and LCES before your wildfire assignments, this is going to help you out. Take a look. The link is down in the description. It'll help you out. I promise you. Now, CalFire style, starting hourly is $20 to $30. It's more consistent. When I was in, it was a base salary of, I think, $2,900 a month. So it was based on a 3-day, 72-hour work week. 3 days a week, 72 hours shifts. So you were paid 24 hours a day for 3 days, and then a 96 hours was your 4 days off. That's where the overtime, and you would get 2 separate checks. So you'd have one check at the end of the month, maybe, and then one in the middle of the beginning of the month. So you had 2 separate checks. State firefighters usually make more consistently, not just when they're on the fires. So your pay never changes. From CalFire, your pay is always the same. You're paid portal to portal, which means from the time you come on duty at the fire station until the time you go off at the fire station, 24 hours a day. So even if you do 21 days straight at a fire and they give you 2 days off for R&R, you're still being paid for that 2 days, because you can't technically go home. They just put you up in a hotel and give you 2 days of R&R, and then you'll come back. But you're still paid for that. The structure for this is a little bit more predictable, so you'll be able to arrange your finances a little bit better, put some away in savings. Don't spend all your money. Don't be firefighter seasonal rich. Save your money. Less boom, less bust than federal. The simple way to understand it, federal, lower base, heavy on the overtime, and big spikes when you get those fire assignments and you're gone for weeks at a time and you're doing like hazard pay style work. With the state, you're going to get a higher base rate, more stable, and less dependent on fire. So you don't have to be fighting active fire to get that same pay scale. Why is it confusing? Because typically people talk hourly, they ignore overtime, and every season is different. Every season is different. Two firefighters can be doing the exact same job but make completely different money. That's crazy to think. It's really crazy to think. I don't know too much about the Forest Service side because I didn't work for them, but I looked it up for this video. And in your first season, it's going to start slow, but it'll spike as you get more overtime and you get those hazard pays, whereas the state is more predictable. It's more predictable. I've also got the Wildland Firefighter Rookie Guide. It's going to help you in your first season get set up for success. Check that out too. It's linked in the description. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Leave it in the comments. If you made it through this far of the video, about 6 minutes in, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you come along on this journey. If you want to actually get prepared, not just understand the pay, but what to expect to bring, that's what these guides are for. Both of them. Survival and the Rookie Wildland Firefighter. I really hope that you do. Now that now you understand the pay, in the next video, we're going to discuss what your first week as a fire crew looks like. Remember, if you're thirsty, you're already behind.